What's up, guys? Welcome back to Life with Franco. Hopefully you're doing good, feeling good, smelling good, and you're excited for today's video. Because today we're going to be going over my most favorite Freshy of all the Freshies that I have tried. A Freshy that was a love at first sniff experience for me. The moment I smelled it, I fell in love, and I knew right away that in the future I'm going to buy backup bottle after backup bottle after backup bottle, and it's going to be with me until the day that I die. And so I'm very excited for this video. I know it's a Freshie that a lot of you guys have heard about, but I'm excited and I just want to do a deep dive here today. In case you have not sampled it, you're going to have a good understanding as to what this fragrance actually smells like, right? So if that sounds cool to you, then let's get started. So the Freshie that we're going to be talking about today is none other than Parfums de Marly Sedley. Now, between you and me, I like to refer to this fragrance as Sexly, right? Why? Because it is very, very sexy, very, very charismatic. It's got a lot of swagger. It's got a lot of sex appeal to it. It smells like one of those type of guys that women cannot resist. Just one of those guys that gets all the girls. Very, very sexy. And so, yeah, let me just spray it on. And then we're going to do a deep dive as to what it smells like. I'm going to go over the notes in the second half of the video. So make sure you stick around to the end. But here we go. All right. Alright, and so, let me just put it down, or actually, yeah. And so, as I was preparing this video, there's a few things that came to mind that I just want to go over with you, and then, like I said, in the second half of the video, we're going to go over the notes, because I have a lot to say about those notes, alright? And so, first of all, what does this remind me of? This to me smells like, honestly, like a millionaire playboy living in Miami, okay? This smells very much like a warm weather type of city, a warm weather type of country. And so a place like Miami, a place like Southern California, a place like anywhere in Latin America, from Mexico to Puerto Rico to Colombia, Hawaii, the Philippines. If you want to live in one of those countries or cities, or you plan on vacationing out there one day, then I definitely recommend that you get your hands on Sedley. Very much a warm weather scent. It's not one of those freshies that I would recommend in a colder place such as New York or anywhere like that, or Canada. It just smells like sunshine. It smells like summer, like hot, like just heat. All right. And so, as far as who I think this fragrance is gonna suit, like, you don't have to be like this, like how I'm gonna describe it, but this is just the vibe that I get. This to me smells like the typical guy who's like extremely, extremely good looking, and he's living that Instagram influencer lifestyle, and girls are just like messaging him on DMs, like kind of like a mini Dan Bilzerian, a guy who has muscles, a guy who's he has a 6-pack, 6'2". He's got a lot of game, a lot of swagger, dresses well. Again, he's making $1 million. Basically, like the whole superficial lifestyle that you see on Instagram, the hot guy getting all the girls. That's basically the kind of vibe that I get. But of course, if you're not, like, most of us are not going to be like that, right? Most of us are not going to be that tall or that muscular or that rich. And so, of course, if you're 5'8", absolutely. If you like the scent, then you can actually go for it. But I'm just saying that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting, like just life with a party type of guy, very extroverted, very outgoing. If you do have those characteristics, then by all means, I would recommend that you get your hands on Sedley. Definitely sample it. But that's kind of like the whole playboy, just a lot of sex, a lot of swagger, very irresistible. Just women are gonna love this fragrance on you. I'll tell you that much. All right. Now, what else do we get out of Sedley? Out of Sedley, so there's a lot of fragrances, a lot of freshers out there that smell soapy. I would say that Sedley to me does not smell soapy. What I get out of Sedley is I get like this bubble bath type of vibe. Okay, and so the whole bubble bath, like the liquid that turns into the bubbles, like it smells kind of similar to soap, but there's this more like addictive quality to that whole bubble bath vibe that you just don't get in soap. Okay, and so I swear to you, the first time I smelled it, I literally had like this vision, like this image in my head that I'm living with my dream girl, right? And she's taking a bubble bath completely naked, and like the smell of it just smells like the bathroom, like with all the bubbles and all that like sensuality in the air, like the smell of sex in the air. And then walking into the bathroom, you see your shoulders, the breasts, like you start to see everything. Like that's kind of the vibe that I was getting. It smells like summertime sex is really what it smells like. It's just you're gonna smell like a male stripper or a male porn star in July, in June, and August. But the same thing goes for women, like, because this is a very unisex scent. So I wouldn't mind my girl smelling like this. It's so damn sexy. Like I said, it smells like sex in the summertime. If that is something that you're interested in, by all means get Sedley. And that's one of the reasons why I really love this, is because a lot of the freshies out there, honestly, I find them to be very boring. And a lot of people, they get bored of freshies real quick. After a year of wearing freshies, you start to overlook them, and then you want to explore other type of fragrances, because a lot of freshies just don't have that it factor. They don't have that wow factor to them that you do get in other types of fragrances. But when it comes to Sedley, considering that it is a freshie, there's so much sex appeal, swagger, and charisma to this that you just won't get bored of wearing this fragrance. So like I said, it smells like bubble bath to me, and it smells like, honestly, like if you went to Dubai and you go to like those $2,000 a night hotels, and then they have like that super expensive soap, which I've never been to Dubai, but I can only imagine like just some type of bubble bath, or maybe like a luxurious soap that is just like $1,000 soap. I don't know how to describe it. It's just super, super sexy. But it definitely smells like sex in the summertime. Now, something else that this reminded me of is that if you have smelled Versace Pour Homme, Sedley reminds me of the niche version to that. Okay, and so here's kind of the way that I look at it. So they do have a similar scent profile. We're gonna go over the notes in a little bit. They do have a similar scent profile, and they're both around the same as far as it's not this deep dark scent, nor is it this super bright scent. It's kind of like in the middle as far as a freshie. But here's kind of the way I want to describe it to you so that it makes sense. And so I want you to imagine TV, okay? And so Versace Pour Homme is this cheap designer scent that smells good. That is like watching a movie on a TV that is 720p or 1080, okay? Whereas something like Sedley, which smells similar to it, but it's higher in quality, Sedley smells like you're watching the same movie with the same characters, the same script, the same storyline, everything's about the same, more or less. But you are watching it on a TV that is 8K, okay? And so all of the notes are just a lot more vivid, a lot more colorful. They just come to life a lot more. They smell more realistic, more three-dimensional. That's really the vibe. Like, as we're gonna go into the notes in a little bit, you'll see that there's nothing really new within the notes of Sedley. It's just that they made it like as high quality as they can possibly make these notes. And so it just seems like you took this super massive appealing scent such as Versace Pour Homme and then just decided to make it a lot better, like a lot higher quality, a lot more luxurious, more expensive smelling, more colorful, realistic, like I said. And then they added some sex appeal, to a lot of sex appeal, a lot of charisma, a lot of swagger. Yeah, and so that's kind of the vibe that I get out of this. And so if you like Versace Pour Homme, but you want to like take that to the next level, then definitely sample Sedley, get your hands on it, see if it's something that you like, all right? Now, let's get into those notes, because when I first looked at the note breakdown, I made an interesting observation with these notes. And so here's the observation that I made that I want to share with you and may pique your interest. And so what I noticed when looking at these notes is that all of the notes within Sedley are basically a combination of 5 of the most popular designer freshies. That being Versace Pour Homme, as we discussed, Versace Eros, Acqua di Gio Profondo, Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum, and the new YSL White Elixir, right? Now, I do not remember all the notes by memory. I'm going to have them on screen, but basically when it comes to Sedley, what we're going to get is we're going to get lemon, mint, you got bergamot, you got grapefruit, you got mandarin, you got rosemary, you got lavender, you got ambroxan, I'm gonna have on my screen. I can't remember everything, but let's just look at these comparisons, okay? And so, first up, let's look at Versace Pour Homme. So, Versace Pour Homme is mostly a lemon scent, very citrus, but very big on that lemon note, which that is the reason why I say this is like the niche version to Versace Pour Homme, is because that's one of the main notes you're gonna get is that lemon note along with the mint, okay? But in Versace Pour Homme, we have lemon, we have, I think it's, like, I don't remember all the notes, but you got the lemon, bergamot, I believe there's cedar. So I'll have them on screen, but basically you can see there's some similarity there. Now let's look at Versace Eros. When it comes to Versace Eros, they both share the lemon, they share the mint, they both share ambroxan, they share geranium, and there may be one other note in there. When we look at Acqua di Gio Profondo, we have the bergamot, we have the mandarin, we have the rosemary, we have the lavender, and there may be something. Now, there's no ambroxan listed within Acqua di Gio Profondo, but I can guarantee you there is ambroxan in there, as well as there's ambroxan in Sedley. Now, we move on to Bleu de Chanel Eau de Parfum. Then we have lemon, we have the grapefruit, we have, I believe there's bergamot, there's mint, you got sandalwood in the base. I think there's vetiver and like patchouli or something else like that. And so a lot of similar notes there. And then when it comes to YSL Elixir, of course, you have the lavender, the geranium, and the olibanum, which is also known as frankincense. There's oud listed within YSL Elixir, but I don't pick up on oud, and most people do not pick up on oud. And so there's a lot of similarities here. And so the reason why I bring that up is because if you are shopping around, if you're just brand new into the fragrance game and you're looking at all these freshes thinking which one should I get, if you do not mind spending some good money, around $200, because you can find Sedley on the internet for $200, then I think it's well worth the investment to just go straight into Sedley as opposed to getting 2 or 3 of these other freshies. Had I known that from the very beginning, since I started this fragrance journey, I would have just gone with Sedley. But as you can see, I have Acqua di Gio Profondo as well as Bleu de Chanel Allure Sport Extreme. So there's some redundancy here, but I find Sedley to be the best of all the freshies, and I'm speaking from experience there, okay? So yeah, if you just want to get straight into it, I highly recommend that. Now, earlier I was talking about YSL Elixir. Honestly, if you can find Sedley on the internet for $200, I'd rather you go with Sedley. It smells much better than Y Elixir, much higher quality, and it's also louder in projection. And to be honest, like YSL Y Elixir is going for $180 for like 2 ounces, whereas you can find this if you're patient enough, if you look around enough, you can get this for $200 for a 4.2 ounce bottle. Okay, so for $20 more, you're getting more than twice the value for a much better scent. Alright, and so to me, it just makes more sense to go with something like Sedley. It's sexier. It's just a better scent all around. Okay. Now let's talk about projection and all those other details, where to wear it, and all that. So projection, what I get is I get a solid, strong, loud, like room-filling projection for the first 40 minutes, and then it really calms down. But it stays on my skin for a good 6 to 7 hours. That's the entire life of the fragrance, okay? But it is going to be noticeable. Just because it calms down does not mean it disappears. It's definitely going to be noticeable there, okay? As far as ages who can wear this, honestly, I think that anybody from the ages of 20 and up can wear this. If you're in your 20s, in your 30s, in your 40s, in your 50s, this is very much one of the most universal type of fragrances that you can wear. Anybody can wear it. I also think that this is unisex. Like I mentioned earlier with the whole bubble bath story, I think that if women want to wear this, they absolutely can. I personally would love for my woman to smell like this. Very, very sexy. And then where to wear this? Man, you can wear this anywhere. For springtime, summertime, you can wear this as your signature scent. If you want to wear this to a pool party, you can wear it there. But the image that came to my head for dating purposes is that this would be the perfect scent if you met an awesome girl and you invited her out to a brunch date. And so you met an amazing girl, you say, hey, tomorrow let's go out for some brunch. Maybe you guys are going to eat some sandwiches, some burgers, like just a daytime date. Man, there's not a whole lot of fragrances I would recommend for a daytime date if the goal is to attract the woman. Because again, a lot of these freshes are just boring. it's not enough to just attract a woman. So sadly, man, if you met an amazing woman this summer and you're like, what do I wear? What do I wear? What do I wear? Man, you can really like. I'd highly recommend that you put your bets on settling. Okay, I think it will get the job done. I think a woman will really appreciate this. And like I said, it projects Lolly for 40 minutes. Honestly, that's gonna be enough time. If it is just gonna be like a 30-minute meetup or maybe even an hour meetup, then it should be enough. All right. But of course, like I said, it lasts for 6-7 hours. Right. And so I think that's about it. But like I said, this is very intoxicating, very alluring, very sexy, very addictive, very charismatic. If you are that outgoing, charismatic, life of the party kind of guy, the kind of guy that knows how to carry a conversation, you know how to talk to a group of women, you know how to keep the conversation entertaining so it doesn't stale out and get boring. If you dress very well, if you are hitting the gym, you got some nice pecs, you got some nice biceps, you got a nice six-pack, you take care of your appearance and all that, well groomed, then I think this is gonna be really good for you. The only kind of guys that I probably maybe would not want to gravitate towards Sedley are gonna be guys who are gonna be extremely shy. Like guys who don't want attention. Not every guy out there wants attention. Some guys are afraid of getting attention. They're just very shy and reserved. And so something like this, they may seem as a little too extroverted, a little too charismatic for them. But even if you are that kind of guy, I'll still recommend that you sample it, because maybe it'll bring out the extroverted side out of you. You never know. It may bring out the charisma from out of you, right? Is this blind buy worthy? If you find it for $200 on the internet, on the discounters, or anywhere on Facebook groups for a full 4.2 ounce bottle, absolutely. If you see it at that price, please, I'm telling you, you should blind buy it at that point. I think that 98% of guys who blind buy are gonna end up liking it. Like, it's really hard to not like this fragrance. It's gonna be just tough. This is about as good as a fragrance is gonna get. So yeah, I didn't go deep into the whole where to wear this. So again, pool parties, brunch date, hanging out with your buddies. This is too good if you're gonna go just to run errands for work. Yeah, it would work good for work, but I think it's too good for that. Basically anywhere there's gonna be social time, outdoor parties, beach parties, anytime that you find yourself with a girl during the summer. Oh, also I forgot to mention, but man, I think that this would be an amazing love-making scent during spring or during the summertime, spring and summer. Like if you're planning on taking a girl to a vacation trip, let's say, hey babe, let's go out to Miami in July, like, and you want to just like give it to her hard, like I think that this would be the perfect scent to wear while doing the deed. It's like I'm telling you, it just smells like summertime sex in a bottle. Yeah, it's gonna be as I can recommend bedroom scents for as far as fall and winter because that's very easy, but for summertime, there's really not a whole lot of sexy, alluring, magnetic type of fragrances, and this is gonna be one of those. So if you are looking for a summertime bedroom scent, then definitely get your hands on Sedley. So hopefully found that review to be helpful. I highly recommend it. Like I said, it's gonna be one of my fragrances for life. So yeah, hope you found that video to be helpful. As always, please subscribe, share, like, and comment. Let me know down below in the comments what you think about this. And if you already own Sedley, can you please leave down a short little mini review for those others who are watching this video, they want a second and third opinion. What it has been your experience wearing Sedley. I already know that you like it, but I would really like to know what has been your experience. If you own it, if you have sampled it, would you recommend it? Please let us all know down in the comment section. And until then, have yourself an amazing day. Take care. All the best to you. Continue being a good looking dude, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Deuces.